Hi, this is David with David's Tutorials. In today's video, I'm going to interview Daniel Clem, the owner of CLEMPIRE Janitorial Service for 8 years, and he's going to tell us what you need to look for if you ever need to hire a janitorial service company for your business. And if you don't have a business, then you probably know somebody who does, and you should refer them to this video. Here we go. Hi, I'm David. I'm standing here with Daniel Clem of CLEMPIRE Janitorial, and I want to ask Daniel a few questions about a janitorial service company. First of all, tell us who you are and what areas you service.
Daniel Clem, I'm the owner of CLEMPIRE Janitorial. We've been in business a little over 8 years, and we serve most of Oklahoma, but our main territory is right in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Close to Tulsa?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Good.
We're a full-service janitorial service, and we do office cleaning, power washing, strip and wax, anything scrubbing floors, basically anything cleaning we can handle.
Okay, so you said full service, and that basically means those items you listed there. What sorts of things do you not do?
Residential.
Don't do residential.
Yeah.
I understand you've also done some construction site cleanup, and that's like a one-time job as opposed to an ongoing job?
Correct. We do many one-time jobs, some carpet cleaning and things like that only come up on a periodic basis. We do provide office cleaning. We provide power washing, strip and wax, buffing, scrubbing, other types of
mostly floor types and window type stuff?
Yes, even carpet cleaning as well.
If somebody were to hire your company to clean their office on a several times per week basis, what services would you provide?
We'd focus mainly on office cleaning, but we would often, depends on what types of floors they have. If they have carpet, we would include carpet cleaning as well. If they had VCT tile, we'd include stripping and waxing or buffing. If they had ceramic tile, we would include like tile scrubbing.
Okay, would that be on every visit or periodically?
It would be on a periodic basis, mainly looking at how many people come in the office and no customers walk in, or do you have 5 people that work there and 150 customers walk in every hour. So it really mainly depends on foot traffic and how many feet run around and how many people use the restroom and different things like that.
So the amount of cleaning they need basically is how dirty do they get and how frequently?
Yes. And also, before we even walk in, I'm looking at their parking lot. Is it a gravel parking lot or is it a paved lot? Is there grass nearby? Lawn guy, maybe shoots up grass onto the sidewalk right before they walk in. A lot of things that you don't typically see.
And in your experience in the business, you've run into a lot of these things to know what to look to clean that many people would not come up with.
Correct. A lot of entryways, there's also spider webs or cobwebs, especially if there's a pond near the entryway, which is a great feature for welcoming a customer or other clients, but brings the spiders.
Well, if somebody were looking to hire a janitorial service company to clean their business, their office, whatever, what sorts of things should they look for in a company?
They want to look for mainly kind of a reputation. Don't just want to pull somebody out of the phone book or just off of
a search engine.
Yeah, search engine, and figure out where they may or not plugged in their own fancy marketing. But you want to look for a good reputation, as well as once they bring them in, ask questions like, do you have insurance and can you prove that?
How would they prove that?
By having a certificate of insurance from an insurance agent.
So if somebody's going to hire a janitorial service company, it would be important for them to just ask the person, may I see your certificate of insurance?
Yeah.
And that's not being pushy.
Not at all. It's to be expected.
If somebody were to ask you, may I see your certificate of insurance, you don't say, well, you just show it to them.
Correct. Well, I wouldn't have it on, it's like, not like a driver's license, but it is something that should be proven. Even we've got some customers that want to have their name printed on the certificate of insurance directly from our insurance agent. So a lot of times we do have them just in a PDF ready to go. And sometimes we'll send them over with a quote.
Oh, okay.
Just say, here's our insurance, and here's the quote for the job, just to settle down any nerves.
So besides a certificate of insurance, what other sorts of things should somebody looking to hire janitorial service look for in a company?
The questions you might ask would be, what is your backup plan?
What do you mean?
If a cleaner doesn't make it, we're all human. Sometimes I get sick, you get sick. Cars break down, kids get sick, different things. Not everyone can go to work 365 days a year and be full force.
Okay.
But
backup plan, good.
You definitely want to have a backup plan. ready to go in place. You also want to have supervision,
Okay.
where there's periodic someone, the supervisor coming in and checking to make sure that the job is being completed
And done well.
and done well at the right specification.
How would a customer ask these questions of somebody they're looking to hire?
I encourage anybody looking for a service to sit down, take 5-10 minutes, and really think about, what do you want? Do you want 2 or 3 days a week? Do you want 5 days a week, 7 days a week? Kind of look at budgets. What can you afford? What is available? But when we go in, we want to ask the customer, what do you want? We don't want to come in and just tell them, this is what you want. You want to find a service that is open to the needs that you actually have. Because you don't
How
want to
often do you find customers that don't really know what they want?
Somewhat frequently, but I've learned how to ask the questions to find out what they really need.
And that's where your 8 years of experience comes in.
Yeah. Although I don't have quite the hairdo as David here, but I've learned cleaning is not rocket science, but it does take a little bit of head science.
I'm sure it does. Just like anything else, if you want to do it well, you need to put some thought into it and logically decide what things to include, what things to leave out. And speaking of things to leave out, if somebody's looking to hire a janitorial service company, what are some of the red flags they need to watch out for?
Maybe someone pulling up in a parking lot without a marked vehicle, potentially.
What would that show?
To me, it would show that that person is not proud of where they're working, or they're not proud of what service they provide, where they're actively presenting a brand to the community.
It might be just like a sideline for them.
It could also be a sideline after hours deal.
Okay, Daniel, you spoke about your employees. Let me ask you this. What should a potential customer ask a service agency about their employees? I know that you don't do all of your own cleaning. You have to hire people. And if I were going to hire somebody and they were going to have their employees come into my office when I'm not there, I could be concerned. So what should a potential customer ask their provider?
You should always ask what kind of employment hiring practices they have. Do they do background checks? When they do a background check, do they look at it and see what is on there?
Such as?
Do you allow felons? Do you allow a minor drug infraction or traffic violations, parking tickets? Or do you run it and then stick it in file 39? Because if you're a financial institution, you might want to know that. It's like, oh yeah, you can run a background check, but if you still hire that person and bring them in, what difference does it make?
Okay, that's good.
Also, maybe ask about their hiring practice. Do you do interviews? What kind of application process do you have? Do you just hire anybody that walks in and asks for a job? Do you do temp to hire?
What should they be looking for in these sorts of answers to the questions?
Yeah, and some of that really depends on what type of facility you have.
Right.
Is it a bank or a financial institution, or is it a manufacturing facility, or is it a government building,
Or an office?
or a general office building?
I know you clean a few medical places, and they should have sensitive records that they
Yes.
want to have reliable people to be around.
Yeah, our company has an agreement, as well as each cleaner that goes into those medical facilities will have a signature on file with a HIPAA agreement.
That they're not going to look at anything
Correct.
to do with HIPAA. What else about their employees?
Also, how long have your employees been working for you? If you just start a new account, it's very tempting to hire a brand new person to go right straight into that brand new account, and it's maybe not trained.
I understand that, yeah. Go ahead.
What we try to do is hire new people and team them up on teams of 2 or 3 on other accounts that have well-trained people, and once that person is trained, then we'll be able to move that person to one of the newer accounts.
Okay,
And,
what sort of training are we looking for here? Is it like a week or 2 weeks, or do you do a lot more than that?
It really depends on the person's capability. That could be a few days to a few weeks. If someone still hasn't figured out how to use a toilet brush, after a few days we know it's not the right fit. We look at their capabilities and looking for potential leadership opportunities as well. But we're focused on seeing how well someone learns and is teachable.
Are there any more red flags to look for?
Here in Oklahoma, where marijuana is now legal as medical aid, could potentially run into some issues. We've decided not to hire anyone that uses marijuana, recreationally, and we will ask each potential employee if they have a CBD card and for what use.
Now, CBD is different than recreational marijuana.
Correct. And I had an opportunity to speak with a young gentleman that said he had a card, which also opens up the possibility. What else? I just asked why, and what form do you use? And he said that he smoked every day, which,
oh my.
I was like, well, that's probably not a good fit for us.
Yeah, well, smoking gets you the THC, which is a psychoactive agent, as well as the CBD, which is the medically proactive agent. The CBD has no psychoactive properties.
Correct.
And so if somebody is just like taking a CBD supplement, that should not be a red flag.
Correct.
But if they smoke every day, then definite red flag.
It is definitely a question that is right. That comes out of that.
In this day and age, you really need to ask it. Do you require drug tests?
We do. Our handbook, we have on hiring or promotions, post-accident, as well as random drug testing.
Well, putting it all together, let me see if I've got this right. If I'm looking to hire a janitorial service company to come clean my business, whatever it is, the first thing I need to look for is that they have a valid certificate of insurance. And if I have some sensitive information, like I'm a bank or a medical office, I might want to have them verify that they not only have HIPAA and that insurance, but that insurance could be targeted to my specific business for just in case.
Absolutely.
The next thing I need to ask that person is what sort of services do they provide for general cleaning, and how much will it cost for this level and that level and the other level. And the third thing I need to do is to ask them about their personnel and their hiring practices, their retention, their drug policies, their training policies, that sort of thing. Did I miss anything?
On the insurance side of things, you want to ask what kind of insurance they have, not just do you have insurance. Because it's just like on your car, you may have insurance on your car, but if it's not enough, you hit a Lamborghini and T-bone a Lamborghini, that's not quite the same as running into a Ford Focus. No offense to the Ford Focus drivers.
They just don't cost quite as much.
They don't cost quite as much. So they maybe look at what type of facility you have. Do you need $1 million policy or $2 million policy? Do you need an umbrella policy on top of the general liability policy? You would want to hire a service that had employees, not subcontractors. You want to have workman's comp insurance as well. Because if they get hurt on your site, there's potential liability issue that's there, and you want to know what levels of insurance they do have to cover those things. Automotive insurance as well.
On the going to and from the job site?
Yeah, if they're driving their vehicle into your parking lot, there's a potential chance of them driving through the parking lot into your building.
And the janitorial service company should have insurance to cover that as well. Okay.
Yes. Even though it is a employee-owned vehicle that's driving on site.
Did I miss anything else?
I don't think so. I think that kind of wraps up the quick and easy what you need to know.
I hope this definitely helps anybody out there who either is looking to hire a janitorial service company, or somebody who owns a business and they're not happy with the janitorial service company they have. Then you can learn this. You can steer them to this video, and they can learn what they need to ask the next people they're looking to hire. And if you're anywhere near the Tulsa area, you just might want to call Daniel Clem at CLEMPIRE Janitorial. And so there you have it, a very good interview with Daniel Clem of CLEMPIRE Janitorial. If you have some interviews you would like to see with some craftsmen, some professionals, some other sorts of work people that just get the jobs done and will be able to tell you what you need to look for when you need to hire people like this or interact with people like this, let us know that in the comment section down below. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up so the YouTube robots understand that you thought this was a good video. And don't forget to share this with other people that you think might feel they could use the information here as well. Take care, everybody. See you in the next video.